Hi, my name's Nigel and I work for Brittany Ferries, and I want to talk to you today about this very special ship, Bretagne. Brittany Ferries Bretagne is dear to us all. She was the first purpose-built ship for our company when she was launched back in 1989. She bears the name of the region from where our company was born and where the majority of our seafarers still live today. And she reflects the richness and diversity of the fantastic holiday destinations that you love to visit. We love Bretagne, you love Bretagne, and our crews adore Bretagne.
Bretagne.
Bretagne, sorry commissaire. So what is it that we love about this special ship? Well, to start with, there's the Alexander Gaudi collection, artwork described as a love letter to Brittany. This fabulous piece is one of 300 works in pen, paint and porcelain. Then there's the restaurant with its delicious buffets, carefully prepared by our French chefs. There's a bar with entertainment, 2 cinemas, shops and more. Now the cabins on Bretagne are cosy and comfortable. The vast majority are above the waterline. But much as we love the Grande Dame of the fleet and much as we'd love to keep her forever, the reality is she's not perfect. Whisper it quietly, she's showing her age, just a little bit. Bretagne will shortly be replaced on the Portsmouth to St Malo route, but don't panic, we're sure you're going to love her replacement, a modern hybrid ship called St Malo. Why do we need to change? Well, let's start where you do, getting on and off the ship. Cars today are around 30% taller and wider than they were when Bretagne was launched back in 1989. That means getting in and out can be a bit of a tight squeeze when the ship is packed with happy holidaymakers. But no problem on St Malo, even on the busiest voyages. Direct access to 2 decks from the quayside means getting on and off with your car will be much easier. Lanes are much wider too, designed to take the cars of today. So getting in and out is easy, even for those who may not be so sprightly. So you've parked up and it's time to head to your cabin. This staircase is our steepest. It's a 53-degree angle, and it can be a bit of a struggle if you've got heavy bags. Now for St Malo. It's a much wider staircase and the angle is much more forgiving, just 39 degrees. Now, the camera might not tell the full story, so here's an artist's impression to illustrate. Travelling on Bretagne is always a lovely experience, but sometimes at sea she can be just a little bit shaky, especially when manoeuvring in port. Hold on to your glass. You remember that scene from Jurassic Park? So there's no need to hold on to your glass on St Malo. She's much quieter, smoother and no vibrations, particularly when manoeuvring in and out of ports. Cheers. Now there's nothing wrong with Bretagne's cabins. They're really comfortable, very cosy. But how about a little more space to move around? St Malo's cabins are much larger than Bretagne's, plus it's got some of the most comfortable mattresses of any sea-going vessel. There are all sorts of cabin types too, 2-berth, 4-berth of course, but 6th berth and even an Admiral ultra luxury cabin. Of course there are cabins for those with reduced mobility, allergy cabins, and what is the cabin type that you, our customers, have been demanding most on the Portsmouth to St Malo route? 28 pet-friendly cabins, which means your 4-legged friend can come to St Malo with you. Oi, Fred, get off the bed.
Woof.
But it's out here where St Malo really presents a breath of fresh air, literally. Bretagne's emissions, they're not too bad, but how about swapping not too bad for class leading? St Malo's a hybrid ship. She's powered by cleaner liquefied natural gas and batteries, just like a hybrid car, which means lower emissions, less noise, and pure electric power when she's manoeuvring in port and when she's alongside at quay. So you know how on Bretagne, when you get to your cabin and you want to plug your phone in, you have to remember your adapter? But you won't have any problems with adapters on board St Malo. That's because she's got loads of USB ports into which you can plug your mobile phone and other devices to watch video on demand. But that's not the really cool bit about plugging in on this ship. The entire ship can be plugged in at quay when she's alongside, running on pure electric power. Now, Shoreside Power is coming to Portsmouth International Port in 2025. St Malo Port won't be far behind. And of course, we'll be using all the right plugs and cables and electrical equipment. This is just a prop. And that's not all. St Malo will host 70 Gaudi works of art transferred from Bretagne this spring. She'll have a fabulous restaurant called Le Littoral, brasserie-style Breton produce inspired by the land and the sea. And there'll be an entirely new concept called Le Jardin, with healthy food at its heart. And an exclusive club lounge for those seeking a little more luxury and the finest buffet dishes. Yes, Brittany Ferries Bretagne is still a magnificent ship, a love letter to the region of Brittany back in 1989. But a lot has changed in the last 35 years. Of course, Brittany's still a fantastic holiday destination, but it's also a vibrant, young region, full of energy, brimming with high-tech companies and leading on sustainable development. And we know that you're going to learn to love St Malo just as much as you've learned to love Bretagne.
Bretagne.
Bretagne, sorry, commissaire.